Ever find yourself wishing you could just download someone's expertise, like be instantly up to speed on a new field or an inspiring career path? Well, that's what we're doing today.
Diving deep.
Exactly, diving deep into the world of Mensa Omari Moody, a designer who's really shaken things up.
And what's striking about Mensa, wouldn't you say, is he represents this larger shift happening in design. It's not just about aesthetics anymore. It's about strategy and data.
Absolutely, he's at the forefront.
He really is.
Okay, so we've got Mensa's background here, and it's seriously impressive. So the quick download on this. He starts out with really strong, rock-solid graphic design skills, even mastering, like, the entire Adobe Creative Cloud suite. But
It
then,
doesn't stop there, right?
no,
He takes it a step further.
yes, he dives into coding.
Okay.
And not just dabbling. We're talking Angular web development.
It's unusual to find that kind of, dual mastery. It's like the artist's eye combined with an engineer's mind. You know what I mean?
It's like he's fluent in both languages,
Hmm.
design and code. And that's what lets him do such groundbreaking work with, like, data and AI.
Which is huge in the design world now.
Oh, totally. For example, instead of going on gut feeling, he'll actually use data to drive his design decisions.
Yeah. And it's fascinating how he does that. Like,
Yeah.
take his work on, I think it was a recent website redesign. He actually analyzed all this anonymized user data and was able to completely revamp the navigation to make it so much more intuitive.
Well, I remember seeing that, yeah.
The result, user engagement shot up by 20%.
See, that's what I mean about next-level design thinking. And it's not just about those data-driven decisions, right? He's actually woven AI into how users interact with his designs, creating these really seamless, responsive experiences.
You know, a lot of people, when they hear responsive design, they just think, oh, it means the website looks good on my phone and on my laptop. But with Mensa's work, it's so much deeper than that. It's like he builds in this adaptability, this ability for the design itself to react and change based on what the users are doing.
Exactly. It's like his designs are almost like alive, adapting on the fly.
They do.
And then there's the predictive modeling, which is like a whole other layer of wow.
Right. It's like he can anticipate what a user might need next based on their behaviors. Like,
Yeah.
that's next level stuff.
Definitely. Okay, but before we get too lost in the AI weeds, we have to talk about Mensa's global experience because, wow, this is where his story gets really interesting. I mean, we're talking about someone who's lived and worked on 4 different continents.
That's almost unheard of.
It's incredible. And he's trilingual, fluent in English, Spanish, and Japanese.
And that's not just some impressive line on his resume, is it? That global perspective is woven into the fabric of his work.
100%.
It gives him this incredible versatility, this ability to design for a global audience, but still understanding, like respecting the nuances of different cultures.
It's such a rare skill set, especially in today's world, which is only becoming more and more interconnected.
Absolutely.
It's like he can speak to a global audience, but make sure that the message still resonates on that local level, which is so powerful.
It is. It makes his design so much richer, so much more impactful. He brings together this like deep understanding of different cultural contexts, combines it with that technical ability. It's really unique.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the design foundation, the tech mastery, the global perspective. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that I think makes Mensa so future forward.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's that?
This guy is committed to constantly learning and evolving.
Oh, see, and in a field like design where the landscape is constantly shifting, new technologies, new trends popping up all the time, that commitment to continuous learning, that's essential. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. It's not even just about keeping up, though, is it?
Right.
It's about actively, like, seeking out those new developments, having that curiosity to really, really dive in.
Precisely. And Mensa really embodies that. He recently completed, I think it was a course, on the ethical implications of AI in design.
Oh, wow. See, that's interesting.
What makes that stand out to you?
Well, it shows that he's not just thinking about making like aesthetically pleasing designs, right? Or even technically sophisticated ones.
Right.
He's thinking about the larger impact his work will have on society. And I think that's a really critical perspective for any designer to have.
Especially one working with AI, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because it can be kind of,
It's powerful stuff.
yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
It's like he understands that design doesn't exist in a vacuum. It influences how we experience the world, how we interact with each other, how we think even.
Exactly. And as someone who clearly understands the power of design, it makes sense that he'd be interested in exploring like those ethical dimensions of it, especially as technology continues to evolve at such a rapid pace.
Sure. So to recap, we've got this like incredible combination of traditional design skills, cutting-edge tech mastery, global awareness, and then that deep understanding of the ethical implications of design. That's Mensa.
You've got it. You've captured it perfectly. And what makes him so fascinating, I think, is that he doesn't fit neatly into any one box.
Totally.
He's not just a graphic designer or a UX designer or an AI specialist. He's this multifaceted creative force.
And that's what makes him so valuable, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Because it allows him to approach problems from all these different angles and come up with these really innovative solutions.
Absolutely. Imagine the possibilities. I mean, he could be transforming the user experience for like a tech giant one day, and then the next he's like revolutionizing branding for a global fashion house.
Or even like using AI to design more sustainable urban environments.
Precisely. The possibilities are truly limitless. And I think that's something we should really emphasize for our listener. When you have someone with Mensa's range, they're not limited by industry or sector. His skill set is applicable across the board.
It's like he's got this like universal design language that he can apply to any challenge. It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? Like with all this talk about data and AI and global perspectives, what kind of impact could someone like Mensa have on like the world at large?
That is the million-dollar question. And the really exciting thing is I don't think it's even a matter of if he'll make a difference. It's how.
Right.
What problem will he choose to tackle? How will he use this like really unique skill set to, change things for the better?
Exactly. And I think what's so inspiring about Mensa is that he's living proof that design, it's not just about making things like pretty or even just functional.
Right.
It can be this force for positive change in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what sets Mensa apart is that he doesn't shy away from those big questions, those challenges that to other people might seem insurmountable. He leans into them. He brings his creativity, his technical expertise, and he looks for solutions that are both innovative and impactful.
It's like he's not just shaping the future of design, he's shaping the future, period.
He really is.
Which is a pretty incredible thought, to have that kind of vision and then the skills and the drive to actually go out and make it a reality.
It's inspiring. It really is. So for anyone listening who's feeling that, like that spark of inspiration, that desire to make a difference, take a page from Mensa's book. Don't be afraid to embrace those new technologies, think differently, challenge the status quo. Because who knows, you might just be the next Mensa Omari Moody, changing the world, one design at a time.
Love that. And there you have it. Mensa Omari Moody. Definitely one to watch. We'll be sure to keep our eye on his career and let you know what amazing things he does next. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying.